upset with him. I've never experienced anxiety. My self-confidence was so bad. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to do something a little bit different. I've decided to do a sit-down video, which I don't usually do. I kind of just do montages or, you know, get ready with me, things like that. And so I was like, you know what, I feel like chatting, and I don't know, I just feel like it's always nice to chat. And if you do feel like you need someone to chat to, or you feel like you need like a friend or whatever you need, I kind of wanted to just chat with you and update you first of all what's going on in my life, because you watch my life, but I mean, what do you know? And then yeah, I think just starting the conversation is always a great place to start. So first of all, if you don't know me, hi, my name is Kendra. I'm 21 years old. I'm turning 22 in like 2 weeks, which is kind of exciting, kind of scary. I just got my degree. I graduated from my undergrad, and I'm now doing postgrad in honors. So I'm doing honors in industrial psychology, which has been really fun and exciting. And yeah, that's pretty much what's happening in my life. Some news, I guess. Last week Friday, I got my driver's license, which has taken me like 3 years to do, first of all. And I went 5 times. Like, that was my 5th time, and I was like, 5th time's a charm. Let me just tell you, getting a driver's license, for some people it's like so easy. They get it their first try. But for me, I don't know, like it was just, I think it was more of a mental thing than anything else. And like that's kind of what life's challenges are most of the time. It's like a mental thing. And yeah, so I think if your mentality is off, it's difficult to like achieve and to believe that you actually can achieve something. And for the longest time, like when I first failed in 2021, 2020, I can't even remember, I was like defeated. I was like, my self-confidence was so bad. I kept on thinking about how much of a failure I am, kept on comparing myself. And when I finally was like, okay, cool, I'm ready to try again, I did it and I failed. And I was like, dude, what the heck? Like, how come everyone is just getting it and I'm just not? I just got to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm just never going to become a driver. Like, some people are just meant to be passenger princesses. I was just like, you know what, that's just my life. I've just taken that. And I feel like oftentimes when we go through challenges, or life gives us challenges, or we have issues or things are happening, we can sometimes kind of take that on as our identity. And so that like shame can kind of become our name. And for the longest time, I was like, you know what, I'm just not going to be a driver. Like, it's just not who I am, you know, you know. And I genuinely believe that. And it was such a mental thing, I think. And going into it my 5th time, hectic, 5 times, that's so funny. Going into my 5th time, and I can laugh about it now, but let me tell you, like a month ago, I was like in tears, not in tears, but I guess, yeah, in tears, crying, anxiety at like a full-time, all-time high. I've never experienced as bad anxiety as I have when I was, you know, doing my tests, doing my lessons. Like, the anxiety that I faced then, astronomical. Like, never in my life. Like, I thought I knew anxiety until I started learning how to drive and trying to get my license and failing 4 times. Like, that anxiety was on another level. And it really just became who I am. And it really just, I was like, you know what, that just is who I am. I'm just not a driver. And this last time, the whole time, in every single test, I depended on Jesus. I thought I depended on Jesus. And I genuinely was like, Jesus, like, why is this happening? And for a long time, I was upset with him. I was like, you know, Jesus, I am so faithful to you. Like, I'm serving in your church. I'm doing ministry work. Like, you know, like, we can get so egotistical about it. And I can be so, like, open and honest about it, because that's how I felt. And I was like, genuinely, I'm doing so much for you, and you won't even just give me this one thing. Like, I'm asking for one thing, and you just won't even do that for me. And I became so upset with God and angry with him. And yeah, and it is a mental thing. But when it came to this last test, I went into it and I was like, God, like, you know, I don't know how I'm feeling about this, but the morning I woke up and I kept on repeating this phrase, and the phrase was, only through you, only through you. And it came out of nowhere, and I just kept on saying, only through you, God, only through you. And I think that's kind of what got me through. And it might not seem like a big deal, because I mean, everyone, you know, does a driver's test. Most people, you know, pass their first time or their second time. And so for other people, it might not seem like a big deal, but for me, like, that was my whole life. That was like every waking moment. Like, I would wake up and think about it. I would go to bed and think about it. I would literally constantly be thinking about it. And if that is you, and if you feel like, hey, listen, like, I've just got this, something's got a hold on me, like, whether it be, you know, university, whether it be relationship issues or family issues, and you just feel like it's become your identity, and you feel like it's just taken a hold of you, I just want to remind you that that's not you. You know, that's not who God has called you to be. God calls you for so much higher. And he doesn't call you, and we know this phrase, but he doesn't call you by your shame, he calls you by your name. And for the longest time, I called myself by that shame, by that failure. You know, you're such a failure, but the way that God sees me and the way that God sees you is a beautiful daughter, a strong son. You know, whatever it is, God sees you and he loves you. And so I wasn't expecting to go on this ramble, but I just think it's really important to chat about things that are real, because it is real. Like, life is real, challenges are real, anxiety is so real, depression is so real, but God is also real, and God sees you and he loves you and he wants to pull you out of that place. And for the longest time, I genuinely believed that that was my story, that was my end. But you know, through God, I got my license the 5th time, and yeah, I'm really happy about it. And let me tell you, like, for the longest time, I was like, you know, once I have my license, my whole life is going to be in order. Or it's like, once I, you know, get this dream job, everything's going to be sorted. Or once I get a boyfriend, or once I get a girlfriend, or once I, you know, everything's going to be fine. And let me just tell you, that is not the case. Like, that is kind of what life is. You know, we have a challenge, we get over it, and there's another challenge. Now it's actually going to drive. It's actually getting in the car by myself and being like, Jesus, you're with me, you know? And so whatever challenge you're facing, so often we can have this idea or this expectation of, once we're there, everything is going to be fine. But as much as, you know, you do feel that sense of relief, you do feel really great, life is just going to throw another challenge at you. And all it is it tests our dependence on God. And so are you depending on God in this next season? And yeah, so that's my whole spiel, I guess, of my license. But yeah, other than that, yes, I'm doing my honors and it's going really well. I think we'll see. I'm really excited about it. I'm really enjoying what I'm studying, and it's going quite well, if I do say so myself. I mean, it is challenging, let me tell you. I have never in my life gotten below 50 in university, and girl, today was the day I did. Not today, but I mean, this year is the day that I got 45% for one of my tests. And it's so funny because I can laugh about it now, because I mean, yes, it did suck, and like I was like, that's a bit of like a hit, but you know, your marks don't define you. And I know it's, marks are important, and if you're in your grade 12 or grade 11 or in university, like, marks can just feel like everything, and for a little bit, like, it does feel like that is your identity. But like, once again, like, that isn't who you are. Your marks don't define you, your failures don't define you, your friendships don't define you. Only God can define you. And so yes, studying is really important, and getting a good education is really good, but just reminding yourself that your marks are not the be-all, end-all. You can still go through life, you can still get through challenges, you can still rise above everything. And yeah, anyway, I feel like I can't say something without like giving an encouragement. But yes, I would love to chat more, and if you have any questions or any things you'd like me to chat about, any topics of discussion, please let me know. Comment down below, send me an Instagram DM, whatever you want. I would love to chat about things that you guys are interested in, some topics that are yeah, interesting for you guys and that you'd love to chat about. So let me know. And it was lovely chatting to you guys. Hope to do this very soon. And if you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed the bit of a chat, comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.